foot type. Nice neutral rear foot, nice neutral forefoot, good medium arch. We're having some arthritic conditions in the big toe. I wouldn't quite call it hallux rigidus, but we're kind of getting there. There's no bunion. There's a little spur or osteo buildup on the top of the first metatarsal head. And the main complaint is that this customer kind of feels like she has to pop her toe out to get it comfortable. Usually middle to end of the day with high activity times. Not necessarily painful, but it's becoming more noticeable. And there's a number of factors that could be involved with it. The intrinsic muscles in between the toes could be getting weaker. There's not necessarily a hallux valgus situation where the toes are shifting a little bit, but we're looking at just kind of some stiffness and arthritic conditions in the big toe. Great doctor out of Racine recommended a first ray cutout. So we're working with a custom orthotic, four-laminate, 2 cushioning layers, 2 core support pieces, and we're going to be doing a first ray cutout. So we're going to be adding a thin, about 1.5 millimeters, evaFM 70 durometer. We're going below grade with this, so we got to use a firmer material for underneath there. To make that happen, we are going to add around that first ray, and then we're going to take it down a little bit. So first step is adding, and we're going to use this evaFM. This stuff works great as a support layer if we need to go with a thinner base to it, or it also works great with forefoot wedges and shims. evaFM, we get it through A-Core, it's microcell puff, 70 durometer, really great stuff. We're also going to glue the orthotic. Again, C10 foot type, the beginning of a hallux rigidus situation. And first step is going to be a buildup around this area. Second step, we're going to use SR poron. This is a slow recovery poron. We're going to grind out this section here. This light blue material is what we consider like standard or sport poron. It's high rebound, medium to firm density. Great poron, great polyurethane. We use it in almost every orthotic. And we're going to be taking that out within that first ray, and then we're filling it up with slow rebound. This stuff here works great as a compression zone, a depression zone. And the idea, we're going to take a tap down again, the idea with this is that we're letting that first metatarsal compress down with that big toe so it has a little bit more flexibility and leeway. Now a C10 foot type, sometimes we'll get C10s that have heavy callousing on the first and the fifth metatarsal, first and fifth. Commonly with A-type feet, so you get a 4-foot valgus where the big toe is lower compared to the pinky toe without any weight. When you have that situation, you're naturally loading up that first met. This foot is a C10, she's nice and even. So there's still a lot of pressure on the general bony areas, heel, fifth met, base sometimes, fifth met head, first met, big toe. So we're just kind of offloading that by letting it drop down a bit more. evaFM is a great material. It's nice and heat moldable. I'm going to take you over to the front here. Oh, that's the sales floor. And we'll be right back, all right? All right, so we have this great evaFM material heated up. We're molding it just by hand, compressing that really nicely right around that first ray. We're going to take this, trim it down, and then the second step is going to be filling this area in, cutting out a little bit more, filling it in with an extra soft material, just a little bit. All right, so we got that covered up. Now, second step. We're going to take our trusty Dremel. All right. We're going right around this area. And I'll show you something. You can see a little bit right where that is. We're taking out some of the core material. So, yeah, 2 seconds. All right, we're humming here, baby. So, I'll show you in 2 seconds. All right, you can see on the orthotic, we have the core material. We're going to take that down. So we are creating a true depression zone with what we're doing right here. We're going to take out both the polyurethane and that sole flex material. And this adjustment process is done on the spot. We have our customer waiting. We're gonna try some Hoka Clifton. Good neutral shoe, but a little bit more stability. This C10 foot type with slight touch of hallux rigidus has been using the New Balance 860 shoes. Loved it for a long time. Good, great everyday shoe. No specific exercise habits. Active woman. But we're going to try something with a little stiffer mid-foot, forefoot toe off. And I think the Hoka Clifton is going to be a fantastic option. All right. Now, we always like to bevel the edges just a little bit. I'm going to take this over to the grinder in a sec. I like to do things by hand. You get a little bit better touch to it. You got to be good. But at a 45-degree angle at all the edges. Perfecto. All right, let's take you over to the grinder. Grinder, poke. Now, when you're working with SR poron, it's important to grind one side. Most companies do not abrade one side or grind one side, so it's very smooth. If you try to glue to this, without grinding it, it's going to peel off right away. So that's one of those little notes. When you see cheap orthotics, you got laminate pieces that are delaminating super easy. We hate seeing that because we are true professionals. So we grind our poron, make sure that you're working with the better layering material. All right, so we're almost done here. We are going to get this done. For any of you orthotic apprentices out there, the Dremel can be a little messy, so make sure you have an air compressor. Take care of all that stuff. All right. So, perfect. Get that glued up. And there will be one last note on this project as a part of the finishing technique that I'll show you. We are going to run to the back of the shop, grab some we're going to grab some Cliftons, and we'll be right back. Thank God I was muted. Anyways, all right, so we have C10 foot type, slight start of hallux rigidus. We are doing a first ray cutout, filling it in with SR poron, and abraded one side. Make sure you grind it. Give it a little bit of heat, take it to the grinder, and then we're set for today. We're going to try some Cliftons on right now. We got a whole bunch of colors. Big fan of Hokas. We're going with Cliftons because it's nice and neutral. We don't need the Bondi or the Gaviota or the Rahi. I think that this will be a good setup with the orthotics. And yeah, that's the story. So got nice firm setup here, soft setup here. You're good. All right. Take it to the grinder and let's go, baby. We got some primo work right here. C10 foot type, first ray hallux limitus, rigidus, starting. Little first met cutout, first ray cutout, filling it in with some SR poron. Want to keep the integrity of the orthotic. We do things right here at Chiappetta Shoes. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Check us out at chiappettashoes.com. SS24 anniversary sale going on now through the 13th. We're doing a trip giveaway to Mexico. Make sure you check it out. Stop in, shop, shop, shop. Ciao, ciao, ciao.